Get go! Bound on and steady! Extra! Extra! Read all about it!
We could set the clocks by you, Mr. Holmes.
Regular in small things only, Forbes. Now, when my brother arrives, please send him in.
Very good, sir.
"5 million souls in London, Watson, and not one of them needs my services. An entire week without work. It's intolerable. Absolutely unendurable. Perhaps I can find something diverting in my room. At least I'll escape your censorious glances."
Holmes, I protest. Your personal habits are no concern of mine.
Stuff and nonsense, Doctor. Your eyes tell a different story, as if I'd stolen from the alms box. Enter.
This just came for you, Mr. Holmes, by bonded messenger, no less.
Thank you, Mrs. Hudson. You are a treasure. Hello, it's from my brother. This is most welcome.
Please join me at the Diogenes. I require your energy, judgment, and discretion. M. A rather brief note to elicit such a smile. Whatever can he want?
Who knows? He's as furtive as a Freemason and as ingenious as Babbage. But a chat with Mycroft at his club is sure to be diverting. He may have work, or he may need help identifying a rare tobacco. Grab your hat, Doctor. We're off to one of the queerest spots in London.
Lead on, Holmes.
Good evening, gentlemen. Mr. Holmes is expecting you.
Thank you, Forbes.
Holmes, no! Don't!
Mycroft, mortally injured on account of a gas leak. Such accidents don't happen to people one knows. When I read careless match levels, 5 flats in Camden Town, or omnibus splatter 6 in the Brixton Road, those unfortunate persons are known only to God. I defy you to name a single soul who has been victimized in this ridiculous fashion.
Lestrade says such explosions are the price of progress. I suppose he has a point.
Mycroft, on his deathbed at Bart, sacrificed at the altar of progress? The inspector is insensitive and a congenital idiot.
Calm yourself, Holmes. Perhaps your brother will disprove the diagnosis. Why do you suppose he asked you to the Diogenes?
Perhaps he enjoys my company. Some people do. It was as likely a trivial matter as something momentous. He was like that.
Should we try to discover the cause of his summons?
What possible significance can it have to me or to him? He is lost to me. Forgive me, Watson. I prefer solitude just now. I have no heart for work. I'm no good for use or ornament.
I'll find a way to distract your grief, my friend. Perhaps Lestrade has some work for us. This much is certain. London always suffers from your idleness, and you are a danger to yourself.
Wiggins! Wiggins, lad, are you awake?
Just barely. What's your heart's treasure, Doctor?
My what?
Your pleasure, sir. What do you want? You got a job for me?
Oh, I see. A rhyming language, is it? No. No job at present. It's late, my boy. Will someone miss you?
Mr. Jonas keeps me better than me ma would have done, if I'd knowed her. Something you wanted?
No, I'm sorry. I'm not quite myself. Mr. Holmes' brother has been injured.
Rotten luck. Hurt bad, is he?
Yes, and Mr. Holmes is inconsolable, unable to work.
Worse luck. Sitting makes the sadness stick.
Exactly my thought. I want to reinvigorate him, find something that will challenge his intellect.
Our job. Mountains for most as molehills to him. Inspector Lestrade's often sniffing hereabouts. Maybe the yard needs help.
Keep a good thought, my boy. There is one thing you might do to help Mr. Holmes, lad.
Name it.
If he leaves 221B, shadow him and notify me. He is not himself.
Watch him on the sly?
Your expression is incomparably apt. Has Mr. Rigby been about?
He's at home, dreaming up what goes into his newspapers. Sometimes he reads it to me. He's going to teach me some day.
What's the good word, Augie?
Out alone, are we, Doctor? Like to turn your end to a game?
Oh, I don't really feel up to it.
Ah, the calamity at the Diogenes Club. Say no more. Mr. Holmes beyond consolation, I assume.
He is dispirited, as am I.
Very sorrowful to hear it, I'm sure. What about some free card Monty to improve your disposition? It's a game of skill.
Not the way you play it, I suspect. I'd like to get into the yard. Can you help me?
I can lighten your cares and your wallet.
Can you distract the constable?
No go, Doctor. He's a clever and vindictive brute. You're just a visitor here. I have to make my living.
Constable, I'd like to nip in for a word with Inspector Lestrade.
Impossible, sir. Your local station can handle any police business.
Well, this is a personal matter. Mr. Holmes often assists the yard, and I...
Save it, sir. It's nothing to me. Just move along.
Perhaps you could direct me to someone with more authority?
I'm Lord and Master of this pavement, sir. Now mind the sign and push off.
Inspector Lestrade may have matters that require my friend's attention.
Move on, sir. We don't want any rough stuff, do we?
If you've ideas of how I might get inside, I beg you to give them up.
3 ways to my knowledge. They're yours for £50.
Put it on my account. Speak.
Commit a crime, marry Lestrade's sister, or change your name to Holmes.
Lovely. Perpetrate any of 3 felonies.
Beggars can't be choosy.
No, they're allowed to throw their money down a rat hole. The half-crown ought to buy what you know of the Diogenes Club explosion.
The police say it's an accident. That's no surprise.
You have reason to disbelieve them?
Reason don't enter into it. It's an easy call. Who's to say them no? But the truth's worth money, and they ain't asked for an halfpenny. Beware of free information, Doctor. Might have been some terrorists about for all you and I know. I heard there's some about.
Any more bright ideas, Augie?
None that I think you'd pay for.
I believe I heard a young woman call for help. Shouldn't you investigate?
Your ears is better than a blind man's, but I'm afraid she's on her own. I got me orders.
Please let me pass. I'm Sherlock Holmes' colleague. Surely you recognize his name.
Of course I do. Round here enough, isn't he? Like he owns the place. But if knowing him was a ticket, I'd have half a Newgate prison inside.
Lestrade's Christian name is Giles. Only his intimates know that. I must speak with him.
Shove off, or I'll have you before the Bow Street magistrate.
Constable, have you heard anything of interest about the explosion in Pall Mall?
If you're looking to employ Mr. Holmes, that dog won't bark. The Diogenes case is closed. Fire brigade said it was a gas leak.
But sometimes, Constable, men in your high position, men with great authority, hear things. I'm sure you take my meaning.
Well, one lad did remark on the damage, with so little gas being laid on and all.
And?
Said it looked like the club was bombarded. Some club members insisted on going inside, and they were shocked to their shoes at the damage. I did hear that Mr. Mycroft Holmes had regained consciousness at Bart's. Much improved. Now, please, sir, move along.
If you touch that torch again, we're going to have a problem. Not that you could do anything but burn your hand. I'll assume you considered the safety issues. Constable, might I have a look inside? The interior is available to those holding proper credentials. Credentials? Surely you recognize me, Daly. I'm Sherlock Holmes' colleague. Yes, Doctor. My orders is that what's left of the club is off limits to all but official personnel and Diogenes members. Constable, why is the fire brigade still here? Looking for more leaks, sir. Well, in that case, shouldn't these torches be extinguished? It was the brigade what lit them. They know their business, I suppose. I tried to see Inspector Lestrade at the yard, but I couldn't get in. That's hardly my fault, Doctor. No, but I thought good intentions might carry some weight. The thought don't count for much, contrary to the old saying. If you're not a club member, I'm afraid I can't let you in. Really, Daly? I'd just like a peek inside so I can give Mr. Holmes a report. I never pegged you for a thrill-seeker, Doctor. Whatever do you mean? There's naught to view except the devastation. Place is in ruins. One geezer was carried clean away. Another fighting for his life at Bart's. Scenes of disaster excite some people. Perverts. Mr. Holmes is most concerned about the condition of the club. It's a bloody shambles. Targets of artillery practice look better. Part of the roof and west wall are blown out. The stranger's room is completely gone. It didn't even have gas laid on. If I popped in for a moment, I could reassure him that things have been handled expeditiously. I'm sorry, Doctor, but there's nothing more to be done. Now let's not have any trouble. I'm begging you, Constable. I must have a look inside. It can't happen, Doctor. Club members is the only civilians allowed. Them's my orders. Stay here if you must, but you can't cross that line. Club members and official personnel only, Doctor. Matron, might I look in on one of your recent arrivals?
This is not Christie's picture gallery. We have procedures here, visiting schedules, discipline, and so on.
My name is John Watson. I once worked here.
I recall. Skillful, but unattentive to hospital regulations. You've put on weight, Doctor. It doesn't suit you.
Ah, yes. Thank you, matron. You're looking very well.
You've become a Wimpole Street hack, no doubt. Or do you keep a surgery for pampered women on Harley Street?
I have a general practice in Paddington and...
Paddington? I might have guessed. Well, if you'll excuse me, Doctor, some of us have work to do.
Why are those people being treated in the mezzanine?
They are indigent and unable to meet my hygienic standards for placement in the luxurious privacy of the new ward.
If they have communicable diseases, isolation in a private room would be sound practice.
Which shows how little you care for hygiene and the value of a pound.
After Bart's, I served in the Army Medical Department. I was wounded in India.
An army medico, I'm not surprised. I always say, those who can, do. Those who can't, do take government service.
Matron, I'd like to see Mycroft Holmes. I'm a close friend of the family.
But you're not his physician. I can't allow the new intensive care ward to be breached by just anyone off the street.
I'm hardly that. Must I apply to the director?
Visitors are my province. If you have time to waste, apply by all means. She'll return from Paris in a week or two.
Matron, I entreat you, let me see Mr. Holmes just for a moment.
Doctor, he is comfortably ensconced in the new ward, and Sister Grace must not be distracted from his care.
I'm pleased that you are maintaining hospital order with customary efficiency. I've always admired that.
Persiflage will not serve you, Doctor. As you have no business here, be grateful that I haven't had you forcibly removed.
Thank you, Matron. I won't forget your kindness.
Don't abuse it, Doctor. Now, I have work to do.
Sir, how long have you been unattended in this wretched hall?
For bleeding ever, if you'll excuse the expression. No one tells me what's going on. I'm like furniture.
Is the new patient ward far from here?
Miles away, I've heard. I've never been, thank God.
Why do you say that?
Well, matron keeps a few special cases there, but mostly it's terminal ones. Morgue's close by, you see. Long as I'm out here, I can't be too sick.
Is Dr. McCabe still the staff coroner?
He is.
As I'm here, I'll just pop in and pay my respects. Will you sign me in?
Seeing you're professional, I'll record it. The morgue only, mind. Don't make a nuisance of yourself. Don't dally in the halls, Doctor.
Greetings, McCabe. You're well, I hope. Might I have a word?
Hello, Doctor. A word, by all means, but not much more. I'm rather busy with the subject from the Diogenes Club conflagration.
My God, that's not Mycroft Holmes.
No. He's in the new ward. This is Sir Hubert Fortescue. You didn't know the old fellow, I surmise. Well, now you never will.
Was there anything among the old man's effects which marked him as a member of the Diogenes? A lapel pin, for example?
His wallet contained only money, no personal items, no jewellery, no watch. Older people frequently disdain such items.
As I recall, there was a circuitous passage from here to the old patient ward. Can the new ward be likewise approached from here?
Nothing simpler. But, Doctor, a cynical man might suppose the purpose of your visit was not entirely social.
I admit it, McCabe. I'm sorry. Matron flatly denied my request to see Mycroft Holmes.
The passage is open. Through that door and straight along. But she will not be pleased to learn that you have circumvented her authority.
I'll take the chance.
Better you than me, Dr. Watson.
Might I ask what your examination of the old man has revealed?
I'd like to satisfy your curiosity, but I may say nothing without official authorization. My report will be circulated at the inquest.
Might you divulge the cause of Sir Hubert's death? I nearly witnessed it.
I'm sorry, Doctor. Without authorization, I'm obliged to keep silent on that subject. As a professional courtesy, you may view his clothes if you wish.
My dear fellow, I had no idea. How are you, sir?
Always as comfortable as can be, poor dear, though we won't say so.
Are you able to speak, sir? Please give me a sign.
He doesn't wish to speak. Stubbornness, I believe.
I had no idea Mr. Holmes' injuries were so extensive. What is his condition?
Tolerable, though he won't answer a direct question and rattles on most peculiarly from time to time. However, the party you address is not Mr. Holmes.
I beg your pardon?
The gentleman in white is not Mr. Holmes. Mr. Holmes is in bed 3, as you can see for yourself.
Ah, yes, of course, to be sure. Has Mr. Holmes said or done anything that you can tell me about?
Well, mostly he's a lamb, Mr. Holmes is. And if he continues to be a good boy, I'll give him another dose of morphine.
I think he has had quite enough medication. Hello, Mycroft. It's John Watson. Sister treating you well?
What's that? Who's there? Oh, Doctor, fine. Flit on, cheering angel. She is not, I mean. Tin shoes, huh?
Sherlock's in a funk, sir. I'm trying to revive him. Can you help?
Ask me to be he who kills a misery. Not free to be, don't flee. Where's the key? A former tree. Who's the key? What? How? Treachery. Mendacity. If he's free, he should see if I have the key or I ought to be. He just might see conspiracy. Privacy.
Oh, it's a terrible thing to hear a grown man speak drivel.
If you don't mind, sister, I'd appreciate a bit of privacy.
Well, excuse me, I'm sure.
Will you please bring Mr. Holmes some fresh water?
I mustn't leave the ward. My patients depend on me.
Please make an exception. I'll watch your patients. I'm a doctor.
Very well. Anywise, I'm perishing for a cup of tea.
Mycroft, why did you call us to the Diogenes? Security, prudential, speed, essential, treachery, pestilential. Tell the sibling element. Arms before legs. Huh? I can't remember that lot. Get in. Mind it, find it, douse it, toast it. Don't eat it. He'll know. No. War's heavy. No talk.
You took your time, Doctor. I was about to send out a search party.
Thank you, matron. As always, you are the soul of civility.
What is it, Doctor?
What might I do for you, Holmes? How may I help?
Make yourself scarce, Doctor. If I'm to grow fonder of you, your absence is required.
What are you up to in there, Holmes? Nothing unsafe? No unhealthy behaviour?
I've tried recalling how sorrow has affected my acquaintances. Evidently, I lack the compassion to have remarked their reactions.
Please do not burden your sadness with unwarranted self-reproach.
Forgive me if I cannot accept your kindness, Doctor, or feel that I deserve it.
I've gathered some intriguing titbits about the Diogenes explosion. Perhaps you'd like to investigate them.
Much obliged, Watson. I appreciate your effort, but do not exert yourself. I'm not sure I even want to hear them.
Not interested? I'm bound to say, Holmes, your behaviour is irrational. I never thought I'd see the day.
I won't be goaded into better humour, Doctor. I am dejected by Mycroft's condition and furious about my inability to help him. But I have not lost my mind, just my energy.
I've been thwarted, Holmes. Only you can help sort out my confusion.
Appeals to my vanity will not serve you, Watson. A confusion suggests a surfeit of information. You lack even a bare sufficiency for me to evaluate.
I have an interesting hypothesis.
You might recall that one demonstrable proof is worth more to me than myriad suppositions. I do not act on guesswork.
It's been suggested that terrorists may have ignited the Diogenes.
That sounds like one of Oggy Trimble's nuggets, Watson. It falls just short of being completely absurd. I hope you didn't pay for it.
Not much. Have you considered the possibility that some sort of foul play caused the conflagration?
Doctor, I'm truly touched by your efforts to engage my attention, but please confine yourself to reality. Mycroft was felled by a real explosion, not a hypothetical one.
That's very pompous. You sound more like Lestrade than I would have thought possible.
Sadness constrains the imagination. Incidentally, if anyone accuses you of having a supportive and sympathetic manner, mark him as a liar.
Good news, Holmes. I'm pleased to report that Mycroft is intermittently conscious.
That's some comfort.
Granted he's burned and battered, and the combination of concussion and morphine has caused delirium.
A summary would suffice, thank you.
He's sporadically cogent. I asked how Nurse was treating him, and he responded, "Flit on, cheering angel," and something about shoes. Peculiar answer, but an answer nonetheless.
If you imagine that you can engage my attention with an anagram, you are mistaken, but I'm grateful for your report.
I saw Sir Hubert's corpse, Holmes. There were no obvious signs of concussive damage.
Of what interest should that be to me?
I expected massive excoriations, arterial bleeding and discharge from the ears and nose.
And you observed?
Save some singeing on his forehead, his condition was excellent. He might have suffered a fatal coronary.
And so he may have. I attach no significance to the manner of his death.
Were Mycroft speaking a coded language, what would you make of it?
Nothing at all. He devises riddles and cryptograms for diversion. Enigmas, quandaries, and conundrums of all kinds delight him. At least they used to do. You can figure them out, surely.
No, I can't. I'm not good at puzzles. I'm mystified, Holmes, out of my depth. He speaks of conspiracy and treachery. It's not clear if the references are truly ominous or the result of his condition. If this is code, it may be intended for you. These are obscure and dangerous waters. You must illuminate them.
He was a private and wary boy, Watson. He's a furtive and suspicious man. His work demands secrecy and feeds his nature. You said he is delirious. Puzzles currently dominate his deranged mind.
Yes, but I'm suggesting there may be method to his madness. Some investigators reported that the Diogenes appeared to have been bombed.
I'm not surprised. They may have done military service. To understand something capricious, they equate what they don't know with what they do. It's quite natural, but Such analogies have limited value.
The stranger's room was most badly damaged, and it didn't even have a gas line. What if a bomb did cause the explosion?
Who ignited it? How? And why would anyone target the Diogenes? It's ridiculous. Most improbable. There would be evidence, and the police, ninnies though they may be, would surely have found it. Wouldn't they?
Matron, I forgot something in the morgue. I'll just retrieve it and be on my way.
Very well. Don't dally in the halls, Doctor.
Will you please bring Mr. Holmes some fresh water?
I mustn't leave the ward. My patients depend on me.
Please make an exception. I'll watch your patients. I'm a doctor.
Very well. Anywise, I'm perishing for a cup of tea.
I'll try to put this to good use, Mycroft.
You took your time.
Thank you, matron. Well, why didn't you say you was a member? Save us both some aggro. The magnitude of human tragedy is not measured by the numbers who endure it. A simple, solitary, displaced possession of a particular man is most affecting. Are there other such signs about? Intriguing. This residue reminds me of some bad business I saw in the army. No need to take unnecessary risks. That
Dr. Watson, you should be ashamed of yourself. You'll have to get out. None but authorized persons are allowed.
horrible mess, no? Constable, I may return with Mr. Sherlock Holmes in tow. Suit yourself, Doctor. With any luck, I'll be in my bed. The clock face residue looks suspiciously like something I saw in India. If I'm right, I'll do more than engage Holmes' attention.
I think if I warm a sample in a sulphide bath, a black precipitate would provide confirmation.
What in blue blazes was that? Are you trying to kill us?
I'm trying to satisfy your partiality for proofs, and I wanted your attention.
You have it.
My experiment confirmed that residue I recovered from the Diogenes was explosive fulminate. A gas main was ruptured, it exploded, but that explosion was caused by an incendiary device.
Let me gather my thoughts, Watson. I am beginning to suspect a strange and peculiarly terrible chain of events. And, Doctor, thank you for showing me my duty. Fulminate of mercury. The black precipitate is decisive. Mycroft felled by a bomb. Damnable villains. An outrageous and unconscionable act. The misbegotten maggots. If I had them before me, I could not be trusted.
Have you been ingesting stimulants, Holmes? Let me have some tea brought up.
I'm as sober as Carrie Nation, Watson, and more determined. Let us get on with it. I will have the fiends who tried to kill my brother.